There's 6 different articles that we have in this proposal that we want to push forward. And I'm just going to hit the highlights, okay? And this is our first reading course. And we want you to look at it and ask questions or call us or email us or whatever. We want to get it right the first time here with this. So like in Article 1 here, it has several different things that it lays out here. Our violation and penalties, we already have that in place basically right now with the way our ordinances is laid out. Probably drop down to fire pits. This is something new that we're looking at to implement. A lot of people call and want to, have a little cookout or something, a little get together. We didn't have anything in place that addressed the size of that, where you could put it, and kind of the regulations that we could have a safe type fire pit. Like you can buy these portable little round things that have a lid. It would incorporate those to for recreational use or whatever. Dropping on down here probably to fire alarms. In the past, we've had issues off and on. It's not as frequent as it used to be, but we didn't really have any teeth that allowed us to where it become a nuisance or a repeated offender. I don't want to say offender, but a repeated call for a fire alarm. We would maybe call it a false fire alarm. So we're putting together here, this would allow us, if, for an example, if you had a fire alarm at your business or residence, whatever, 3 of them in 3 months, and let's say, this is an example, let's say you had a leak in your roof, and when it rained, it got into the fire alarm system and set that off. Well, that's something you can fix. Okay, it's not the fire alarm's fault, it's the roof's fault. And we'd have that occasionally where we would have that issue, it'd set the fire alarm off, and probably dollar-wise, it's about $1,000 run when you set an alarm off and we get a full activation, because that would be considered a structured fire call. So, that gets costly over a year's time to the city and to our fire budget. So we're putting an ordinance that would help maybe manage that. If we have a business or something that falls within that violation, then we would have some teeth to go forward and possibly prosecute or whatever we need to do to get that addressed. So that's in this first article. Just kind of generic things that allows us to go out and do mutual aid and automatic aid with our surrounding departments. Article 3. We're going to wade out into some water here that we've never been in before. So this will be a learning experience, possibly an educational piece for us as a fire department and our residents. And that's the fireworks ordinance. We're going to, what we're wanting to do is allow fireworks to be shot inside the city limits, and fireworks stands to operate inside the city limits. The National Fire Code and the Department of Public Safety, the Fire Division, has some really good guidelines, and I had those highlighted for you for easy reading there. But we feel like that this is manageable. We've touched out to other departments in the state, and no really big red flags come up. But we really feel like that education is going to be the key to start out the gate right, with the right information. And I used an example this morning in a council review. It's kind of like our leaf burning that we allow. It took us about 3 to 4 years educating people and pushing the word out, call, and we'll help you get rid of those leads one way or another. So we really have a good program in place now. We have a constant call, people call and ask to burn leads. So we really feel like that's a good footprint that we can use to push out this fireworks ordinance. So I really ask you to look at the state statute and even the international code on, where you can set up a stand and as far as a resident shooting, you can't shoot in the streets and things. So there is some structure to this. I didn't want to get way down in the weeds tonight with this. So please look through that. There again, if you have any questions with it, feel free to get a hold of us and try to help you with it. Article 5, this is just generic. Well, I skipped 4. 4 just allows us to do what we do. Our firegrounds operations and things of that nature gives us some authority. If somebody comes in on our scene, helps us maintain safety and security at our scenes and things of that nature in 4. And so in 5, there again, it's a lot of generic language and things of that nature. Knox boxes, I don't know if you're familiar with a Knox box, but we laid out a footprint here for that. That's a very valuable tool for us in the fire department with these Knox boxes. And that's a secured box on a business or whatever. You can do them on your residence. That allows us access to that property so we don't have to, bust a door or window, something like that. And it's a secured box that we maintain the keys to, and it's really worked out well. So we're putting language in here to allow us, to manage that and keep pushing that forward because it's a win-win deal, what we've experienced over the years. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts there. Any questions?
On the fire pit, is that something where if that was a permanent, is there a system to grandfather that type of stuff in if that was like a permanent fire pit that somebody had?
Yes, I think that is something, Josh, that we could manage, and we've done that previous with things. So yes, I think that's something that we can manage through. I'm sure if it's safe now, it's so.
Any other questions?
You guys are.
I'm glad you're doing something with fireworks, do you?
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what our citizens think about that and how they'll react to that. I think, we talked pretty thorough about it in staff and things, and there's pros and cons, of course, to everything. But I think education and the structure that we have in place, I think it's very manual, and I think it'll generate a little revenue, I'm sure. I don't know.
And since there has been significant updates and revisions to this ordinance, that's why we're recommending only first reading. Mallory mostly will be working with media here, trying to get the information out and changes, and in the next 30 days, hopefully get public input on these recommendations, and then we'll bring back in February.
Any other questions? Mallory?